Number 4. And today we are on the fourth day of Sfir. Binas HaLev. Number 5 is Sichlas HaLev. Rashi writes, I don't know the difference between Binas HaLev and Sichlas HaLev. Lo shomati ma bein zeh lezeh. Medrash Shmuel, one of the most important commentaries on Masechet Avos, he was a Talmud of Reb Chaim Vital, one of the great Mekubalim. Medrash Shmuel actually says they are one. Binas HaLev and Sichlas HaLev are not counted as two, but rather as one. At some stage in our daily shir, we will stop and start counting. How exactly do we get to the number of Memches Dvorim, 48 traits? So there is discussion whether Binas HaLev and Sichlas HaLev are one or two. The Teferes Yisrael, his approach is Sichlas HaLev is mysticism, is the secrets of Torah, while Binas HaLev is Nigla, Halacha. I don't know exactly why we would assume that Bina refers to the halachic aspect and Sichlas HaLev to the concealed part of Torah. But let me first say what I see in both Binas HaLev and Sichlas HaLev is the emphasis on Lev. There are svaros that are pure logic, svaros that come from one's mind, and purely from his mind. There are other svaros that come from the heart, from the moral compass that HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave man, and the super moral compass that HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave La'amoi Yisrael, to his children and to his chosen nation. I just want to give you a brief example. Two sources in Shas in which we find the expression Savorehi. One would be in Bava Kama Daf Mem Vav, when the Gemara says Hamoitzi Mechaveroi Olav Haraya. And that is such a fundamental halacha. In modern legal language, it is the benefit of doubt. The one that needs to prove his case is the claimant. The defendant doesn't need to bring proof. He enjoys the benefit of doubt. That is a pure logical svara that comes from the mind. In Brachas Daf Lamed Hey Omed Aleph, when we learn the halacha that you need to say a bracha before partaking of food and drinks, the Gemara says, Savorehi. Same expression as in Bava Kama. Savorehi. Asul Adam lehenot miyolam hazeh b'li bracha. It is prohibited that a person enjoys the delight of this world without offering his thanks to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That is a svara that doesn't come from your mind. It isn't pure logic. It comes from your heart. We understand that it's wrong. You need to acknowledge and give thanks to HaKadosh Baruch Hu for the abundance, for his gifts, for enjoying Olam Hazeh. So what we learn both in Binas HaLev and in Sichlas HaLev is to achieve greatness in Torah and to acquire Kinyan Torah. It's not only from your mind, it's from your heart as well. And to truly understand the depth and the profound ideas, both logical and moral, it's not only from your mind, it's from your heart as well. And that is the fundamental teaching of Binas HaLev and Sichlas HaLev. But we do want to understand what is the difference between Bina and Seichel. What is the difference between Binas HaLev and Sichlas HaLev? Even though Rashi says, Lo shumati ma bein zeh lezeh. But we do want to understand. In Birchas Hadas, in the Shmoyne Esrei, Tfilas HaAmidah, There are two different formulas, Nusach Ashkenaz and Nusach Sfarad. Nusach Ashkenaz says Seichel, Bino, Deo, Bino, Vahaskel. Nusach Sfarad is Chochmo, Bino, Vidas. So Nusach Ashkenaz is Deo. Deo and Das obviously are the same. Bino is found both in Nusach Ashkenaz and in Nusach Sfarad. So what is number three, in which there is a difference between Nusach Sfarad and Nusach Ashkenaz? Sfarad is Chochma, Ashkenaz is Haskel. So obviously, Haskel is Chochma. And when our Braisa says Sichlas HaLev, it could be interpreted as Chochmas HaLev. What is the difference between Chochma and Bino? There are different interpretations by Gedolei Yisrael. But I think in English, when we translate, it seems to be quite obvious. Bino is understanding. Chochma is wisdom. And wisdom is far beyond understanding. And that is why in our system of Kinyan Torah, Binas HaLev comes before Sichlas HaLev. Bino is understanding. And that is a very fundamental level. Maven Dover Metoich Dover. Analysis to understand what is said. Chachma, Seichel is wisdom. And that is far more profound than mere understanding. And in our quest to achieve greatness in Torah, Binas HaLev is number one, Chachmas HaLev number two. Both stem from the heart, not only from your mind. Bino is understanding, and Chachma is wisdom. Kodesh Baruch Yazor, we should achieve both Binas HaLev and Sichlas HaLev and move on in our quest to achieve the greatness of Torah. Have a beautiful day and a beautiful Yom Tov.